So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to tell you a tall tale of the Buffalo Sabres. We're going to dedicate this to 70 Sabres fan. She went to a Sabres game this week. I was speaking to one of her family members that she really enjoyed it. She really enjoys the game, big fan of the Sabres in all facets. But 70 Sabres fan is a big fan of the 1970s Sabres, especially the French Connection. But maybe she doesn't know this. There was a possible addition to the French Connection who was putting in a lot of goals after being a Sabres draft pick in the 1973 NHL Amateur Draft, but never made the team despite scoring literally 200 to 300 goals at the major junior and minor pro level within 6 seasons. So we got to be talking about that pride of Longueuil, Quebec, Yvon Dupuis. Now, Yvon Dupuis broke in with the Q in Verdun in 71, only had 6 goals in 51 games. 72, the year before his draft, 38 goals, 35 assists for 73 points. A lot of notice. But his draft year, his best in Major Junior, with the Quebec Remparts, which former team of Guy Lafleur, 126 points in 62 games. Now, he was looked at very heavily by Houston of the AHL and Buffalo of the NHL. Buffalo took him 60th overall, while Houston gave him a late round pick. 119 overall, round 10. Good solid player, 5'10", 180, could play the power play, good 4-on-4, 5-on-5, whatever he was asked to, he could put the puck in the net. Now, he chose to go with the Sabres, but it didn't work out. He was sent to Cincinnati Swords for 8 games, didn't score. Then found his way to the Charlotte Checkers of the SHL, 57 points in 54 games in 74, including 16 points in their championship playoff run. 75 back with the Checkers, 74 points in 63 games, with 6 points in the 6 goals in the playoffs. 76, his breakthrough year in minor pro, 91 points in 72 games, including 52 goals. 77, found himself at the IHL with Kalamazoo, 40 goals in 77 games. In his last season, a pro in North America, 15 goals in 32 games. Like I said, Dupuis had talent. He was written up in the Hockey News more than once, and a lot of people felt he had a good chance to be a third or fourth line player with Buffalo, but they were loaded with leftover talent, including like Jim Lorentz and Stanfield, Brian Spencer, a lot of players like that. He won the Crockett Cup in Charlotte in 75 and 76. He was an SHL All-Star second team in 76. The goals leaders for SHL with 52 and 76. And again, he played on Charlotte's 2 regular season title winners in 75 and 76. So he was a big hero to the Charlotte, big hero in Kalamazoo. But like I said, like some players back in the day, they would fall between the cracks. We still don't know why. Now, any Sabres fan, like 70 Sabres fan, can tell you the 1970s had a lot of interesting prospects. Some left over from the original 6 years. Some were taken early in the draft. But by 1973, Buffalo pretty well knew what they wanted to do with their lineup. A mix of young players like Martin, Robert, and Perreault as their main line. Don Luce, Craig Ramsey, Meehan, all the top players. But I think Dupuis, can imagine if it would be a second French Connection line. You could have picked up Denis Dupuis from Toronto, and really rolled over, especially in the road games in Canada. But Dupuis remains a head scratcher because by the time his career ended in North America, he was only 20, 24, 25? So, I mean, it's pretty bizarre. Like I said, at the age of 25, after scoring all those goals, the dream ended. And like I said, WHA didn't come calling. And like I said, he could put up points. But like I said, for what he did, especially right wing, it's hard to find a good right winger in that era because most of them were already taken. So maybe a better chance he would have been on Perreault's line, like a second or third line. Perreault was rarely double shifted, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, because he wanted to protect him for the main line. So again, 70 Sabres fan, thank you for the support. To all the Sabres fans out there as well, we dedicate this to you. Please stay tuned because we're going to be doing some NHL playoff previews in the next couple of weeks. Thanks for listening. Give us a like, comment, subscribe, or share. And just remember, every team had a French Connection style group of players in the expansion 12. Some didn't make it and some did. Check our previous podcasts. Thanks for listening. Bye.